Hello, brothers and sisters. Hi there. I'm Kino. Kinildson is my name, but you may call me Kino. I'm Brazilian in Brazil, so give me discount, spare me. Bear with me. Not spare me, it's bear with me. I may commit some mispronunciation, grammatical errors, whatever. I listen in English and read fluently, but when it comes to speech, I don't practice, so it's an obstacle to me to talk in English. But I want to register my take on Jude's stuff, Quartz Crystal channel. I will assume that you watching this know of what I'm talking about. If not, go check it. I'm subscribed, check my post area here in YouTube. Posts, you go to the tab posts and there will be her logo there, my signature, my subscription to her Patreon, it's there. But I assume that you know what I'm talking about. It was, so I forget the theme of this talking here. This video is the truth. The truth. Since ever I was a child, I want to know the truth. What is reality? Who am I? What am I doing here? Why do I exist? Why does even something exist? Because if you philosophize, if you go to a philosophical state of thinking, consider the inexistence. Nothing exists. If nothing exists, so God doesn't exist, creation, no object, no nothing, and no observer, nobody to question why there is nothing. No, if nothing exists, there is nobody to question anything. So it's like makes sense, but I don't know why reality exists, why it is the way it is. I don't know if God exists, if he, she, how it is. It's beyond the human condition, beyond the gender, probably. But the only thing I know is that I exist. Because when you say I is just a word in English, but in whatever other language you have a term to identify, to point to this thing, yourself, your consciousness. So just the fact that I say I, me, you cannot deny that you exist for a start. What I mean, this thing, the body, the human condition, the external world, it may be a simulation. You may question that must be a simulation, it's not true, it's illusion. But the I, you cannot question that thing. In philosophy, that was that guy, I think he was French, René Descartes. He questioned what if this me, this notion of me, myself, the I, what if that is true, an illusion, a trap, someone is fooling me, a bad imp, a demon, whatever is fooling me. It's not even real, the notion of me. But then he came to a conclusion, cogito ergo sum, it's in Latin. I think therefore I am, that's in English. To me it doesn't make sense because I talk, I think, I get tired, I work, I pay bills, I buy food at the supermarket, so I exist. I don't need to think. Once I saw a Buddhist guy saying, I meditate, therefore I am. I don't think, therefore I am, because in meditation there is that technique that you just empty your mind of any thoughts and enter the meditative state of mind. It's a joke. I meditate, therefore I don't think, therefore I am. Buddhist joke. I think it's fun. We are in a bridge in Dayal, south of Brazil. I'm Brazilian and I have never been abroad, so again, if my accent sucks, please bear with me. Be patient. Keeping the story. So, I was always making the great question. Who am I? What is reality? Who is God? Or what is God? There's a river there. Oh, it's at the night. It's difficult to see. There too. Oh my god. My picture left the cell phone drop in the water. Let's take care. Let's be careful. So, another great question to put on that list, the fourth great question. Do I have to do anything? Here am I, here I am. So what? Do I have to do anything? What do I have to do? It's a great question. So, my story is that I was studying everything. Religion, compared religion, philosophy, what more? What else? Science, of course, and mysticism, esotericism. I never found barriers in fields of study. To me, it's all information, just information. What if it came from like the Indians? How do you say that in shamanism? In English, it's shamanism. Indian things. What if it came from a tribe, Indian things, or what if it came from Asia? What if it came from the Greeks? Whatever, I don't care. It's just information. I don't care to the label. It's scientifical. People fall for that crap, scientificism. I never fell for that. So, see the bridge? It's like the postcard from sea. How do you say in English? Arc bridge. The arc bridge, I think that's arc. You can see an arc. An arc. So, as I was studying everything, came a point that YouTube became so interesting. I left books aside, shame on me, because it's more practical, because laziness, shame on me, watching videos. And then in the, I will not say the internet, just take YouTube. There are lots of people, the ones that know. It's not me, I'm just a searcher, a seeker, how many people call. Many branches of researching in the internet, seeker, and just that. But came the people in the internet, YouTube, they are the ones that know and they teach what is this. It's a prison planet, they are reptilians, it's a spiritual trap, it is just a test, it is a simulation, some mates, whatever, blah blah blah. Those who know. So when I was there in 2016, I was there. I remember the very first video I watched was from her, Jude. It was how to exit the Matrix. And to me, she was just one more in the list. I was watching so many things. I will refrain from putting my list here. But if you want to make a question, check if I have checked in a specific religion or book or channel, just type there and I will answer. I will not say that I check everything. Everything's too much, but lots of things. Very many things. So she was just one more in a list, amidst several others knowers, those who know and explain what is happening, what is this place. I have this capacity to be present to information and don't come to a conclusion. People just tend to put that as true or false. To me, it's a maybe. Majority of the time, who knows? two possibilities, two hypotheses. It's true, it's not true. At least two hypotheses. Maybe there is a third. To me it's like that, and I'm okay with that, with my limitation, my ignorance. I don't have to come to a conclusion. But this will make sense in just a second. I don't have a script. I haven't write a script. Following on, keep it going, whatever. Once upon a time, I had a spiritual epiphany. I was studying astral projection and trying the techniques. There was a really good group on Facebook called Astral Projection. People from the USA and whoever could speak English was in. And I talked a lot to the people, those who were serious about that, and I started to make the techniques. Advancing, came a day, a night, I don't know why, don't know how, although I have a guess, but I was just trying the techniques. If you research astral projection techniques, you'll find everything. Book, I have read one book. There are several. So, at night, on my oniric experience, alright? Fine, or dream experience. I don't like very much that word dream because people tend to underestimate the dream experience, like no, because science told it's just the memories that are stored in your brain. A brain at night reorganizes and like it was a computer. I don't know, computers don't do that at night, do they? But it's so bullshit, the point of view of science, like they just say blah blah blah, they don't prove anything, and it's so mysterious and so great to have dream experience. The number of things that can happen, I've collected several sorts, types of dream experience. False awakening, lucid dreaming. There are many stages, degrees, many degrees to lucid dreaming. It's really cool. And everything except astral plane, the astral projection, reaching the astral plane. Remember that the people that really know about that stuff, they say that there is a lower astral plane and the higher astral plane. How they say it in English? I think it's higher and low. There are really, even to that, if you reach astral plane, there are levels of the astral plane. Whatever, I didn't come to that, but I came to a thing that I consider really interesting. Came this night that I knew that I was dreaming because there is a technique to lucid dream. Right now, I'm here, I'm awake. That's what I really swear that I really believe, I do believe that I'm awake right now. If I ask myself right now, am I awake? If you do that test, it's so obvious that yes, of course I am. People even may tend to feel dumb, like it's a dumb question, it's the dumbest question, am I awake? Of course I am. But if you keep doing that test, am I awake? Yes, but keep it doing every day. Am I awake now? Am I awake? And do something to test. It's called reality check, the technical term. When you study astral projections, the dream. You keep it doing reality checks every day. Came a point that you'll be on oniric experience, dreaming. And you ask, am I awake? And they say, no, it's not awake, it's another thing. You'll be dreaming, you'll be in the dream realm. So, I knew that I was dreaming. And simply, just there was anything, no matter, no atoms, nothing physical. I didn't have a body, I was just my conscience, nothing to see. And even in philosophy, when you philosophize, can you say philosophize? If you philosophize, like it's a verb, philosophy is the noun. If you philosophize, now it exists, it didn't. What would be nothing? All white or all black? My nothing was gray, it was all gray. No object, nothing to see, nothing to touch, I didn't have a body, and absolutely nothing. But the thing is, the sensation. I never felt anything, any pleasure, anything like that while in this human condition, in the awake state, human condition, in a body. It was so perfect. A sensation of pleasure, so neat, so delicious, and it was stable, completely stable. It didn't oscillate, not a bit, up or down, to grow or to decrease, nothing, no. Always perfectly stable, and I didn't want to increase or decrease. I just wanted that staying forever. It was such a blessing. I call that blissful state. I think in English that's the definition to that state, bliss, the state of bliss. And it was so perfect, so different from whatever thing I have experienced in human form. Better than orgasm, sex, because orgasm lasts seconds. That's my issue with orgasm. It's a great sensation. If it would last 15 minutes, 1 hour, then I would consider equivalent to that. But no, because it lasts just a few seconds, so weird to think about that. Okay, if you are addicted to orgasm, if you masturbate or if you make sex every day, you have a preference, you will be attached to orgasm, you will defend it. But if you philosophize, if you are really rational about that, it's like, what a joke, just 3 seconds. And then you want more. And if you have many orgasms in a day, you will feel tired, you feel weird, you not feel good. So it's suspicious to start. Food, the pleasure of eating food. You grab a pizza, you buy a pizza, you start to eat. The first piece is paradise, the second is good, the third or fourth depending of your size, the size of your hungry, it starts to be unpleasant. If you eat too much, you may get sick, vomit, whatever, feel sick. So the pleasure is transient. It starts and then it keeps decreasing, it ceases, stops. So when I had that experience, everything changed to me. Then I remember there was a lady who told you, I don't know the title, she told in some videos things about that. One, I think I remember, it was What Exists Excited Me. It has a title, something like that. And in other videos she sprinkled some things about how it is outside of this matrix, outside of the human condition. Let's see. People like the human form. Hey, hi. Just because when I prefer to just record my voice and to record shoot the landscape, the area, the territory, the place, not me. I'm doing this just because many people have an issue with that, so here it is. Do not get used to it. Where was me? Where was I? Where was me? Whatever. I remember she mentioned things about outside the mate, and it matched my experience. And as I have said before, I have studied so many things: Kabbalah, Indian spirituality, and in Indian spirituality they mention several states of mind. They have names for the states of mind. I research each by each, and it's amazing. It's a fine thing to get to know. No one described my experience. I became somewhat arrogant about that. Why will I listen to a guru? Why will I adhere to a religion, to a book? People follow books. I won't cite the names. If you want, I can say. But there are different books, and in each one, it's like a farm. There's a farmer and a bunch of cattle people, sheep, following that book. But there are several farms. Do you understand? Do you understand? Religions, several religions. Each one is a farm with the cattle there following blindly. I research each by each and not to subscribe to any. And because nobody told about the experience that I had, I said to myself, well, I follow anyone. I don't need a leader. I don't want to follow a guru, New Age, Buddhism, whatever, India, guru, whatever. I don't want. Christian pastor, oh my God, spare me. Please spare me. For God's sake, spare me. So, I remember that in her channel she told things that matched my experience, and then I said to myself, that lady, she knows something. At that moment she became like predominant, like number one, or amidst the top 3 people that I would consider what they were saying in the internet. Then I started to put to practice her things, to raise the frequency thing, not claiming to have a high frequency right now. I'm doing my best. The things concerning vegetarianism, I was on that before knowing her. It was super easy to me to deal with that. It came in my consciousness, like it was triggered to stop eating the things that she says that you're not supposed to eat. To me it was no problem at all, so easy. Of course, if you are starting with that sort of diet, relapse, it happens. To me, I just started, prior to know Jude's channel, I stopped relapsing and being 100% vegetarian when I designed a routine, an eating routine to me. There will be food in my home because I will cook this and that, learning how to cook, how to prepare food. If I'm hungry, I know that I can go to a supermarket and delicatessen. We have here in Brazil. It's not equal. In the US there is delicatessen. In France we have this place, those public places that sell food. I know what I can buy in each of them in an emergency. So I have a routine of eating, because if you just go to the world is not vegetarian, you are in trouble. So I start to plan my eating routine, and it became possible to be 100% vegetarian, I'm fine with that. That was not a problem. Of course, to me, the problem was sex and orgasm. Long story, dealing with that for 10 years. 10 years in celibacy, celibacy. Oh my gosh. When you don't make sex, goddamn. Celibatarianism, celibatariacy, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to pronounce the word in English, but you got what I mentioned. 10 years without sex, and it used to be difficult to me. There came a point, the bright side of being human, we can adapt to whatever situation. Time passes and you get used to whatever situation you face. That's my point. It's not, to me it was not easy, not at all. Not masturbate and have orgasm, really difficult. I have other stories to tell, like I know that it's a matrix, it's a simulation, it's not real. Of course it's done in a certain way, that because of the gravity, the wave feeling, like my hand waving, right now my arm is waving, you feel your body waving, you feel your body, the wave of your body, the breath, you need to breathe, how do you say that in English? In Portuguese it's fadiga, in English it's like the breathing, whatever. So those things, plus the 5 senses, the touch, those things make we swear that of course it's real, of course it's real. It's make it true. It wouldn't be fun, it wouldn't make sense if it was easy to figure it's not real, it's a simulation. Because of my epiphany, that I was just pure consciousness and fine with that, because the sensation is awesome, better than anything in this world, in this condition. And I had another situation, but I will refrain to tell too many things to, I don't know where you are. And what matters is what you get, what you find by yourself, what you experience by yourself. Because this experience I had, I cannot deny that. I never came back to, I lost the fear of dying. Came a guy here with a gun, depending on the day, I will swear the guy, say if you're a man, push the trigger, motherfucker. Because I suppose I will go back to that state. I'm assuming that I will go back to there. So I'm fine, I don't care to. I'm not strive to be here in this condition. We have boss, customers, bills, taxes, traffic, noise, pain, so many things, disgustable things. Why strive to be here? If I'm out for good. But for you, listen to this, two hypotheses, it's true, it's not true, you cannot verify that. I think it's good to know. Not only you can reach that, maybe you find another thing so interesting or more interesting than that. And that's again a good point to, another point to Jude. She always points towards ourselves. Create a strong source connection. She always says that, like she gives the information that points you in becoming your own guide. That's how I see her content. And she says that we should not share her teachings. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to teach what she teaches. I'm telling my story of searching for the truth. In the middle of the way there was her channel, and why I started to take it more seriously, more serious. And that's it, and I have to come to a conclusion. Like, two hypotheses, she's telling the truth, and reality is so weird. Oh, I have to say, just 2 cents on that, my opinion on that. For the hypothesis, reality is really weird. The winner of the game, we created this crap. We are the creators, we are responsible for us being here. I really doubt. I believe that I was forced into enter here. I suspect. I'm not sure. I know nothing. It's all hypothesis to me. Things to be considered. Who knows? I don't. For a while. For now I don't know. One day I will. Sure I will. But the second hypothesis, she is lying. But she's lying for what? For money? Because of money? She's just a grifter. And she would be lying to fool people for what and in my position concerning that, I do not get stressed or worried. I don't rush into putting in true or false, because I keep trying to find the answers for myself. And that's what she says every time, that you need to find it by yourself. Create a strong source connection, and you get the answers. She mentioned that in several videos. So I keep doing that. Another thing I would say about her. Oh, my opinion, my 2 cents. I'm assuming you guys have watched her channel, her content. I'm talking upon that. So you need to know what I'm talking about. Just watch her channel, her videos. So the idea that she told is so weird, stranger than science fiction, that if we lose, we would be dissolved in the matrix, and the matrix would have to exist forever, and because we would exist dissolved in the matrix forever, that's worse than hell. Do you know the Christian hell, heaven and hell? I'd rather stick with Christianism. Go to the lake of fire and be destroyed than be here in this place forever. Dear God, oh my gosh, no thanks. No thank you, no way. So, but then there was this possibility of one person win for everybody and share the victory, the winning